Hi, my name is Anna Thompson. I am 19 years old and I attend Murray State University in Murray, Kentucky. My major is pre-pharmacy. My youth co-op sponsoring cooperative was SIEC of Southern Illinois, and my youth tour year was 2019. My youth tour was probably the last to go before COVID hit, so I was one of the last few that actually got to experience Washington, D.C., and it was truly an amazing experience, one that I will value for a very long time. It really opened my eyes to a lot of things, especially how just our government was run and how much it affected me, but also I really enjoyed the knowledge I was able to gain about cooperatives, because I didn't realize how much of an impact they truly have on communities like mine, where we have so many people that live out in rural areas that of course need to have power but wouldn't be able to necessarily get it without cooperatives. And so I really didn't understand how beneficial they were to my community, and so it was really interesting for me to learn that and to figure out that I wouldn't even personally have power without cooperatives, without the work they do. So I was very pleased and excited to learn about that. As I said before, I am a pre-pharmacy major. I think that my education will benefit me, my community, because we only have a couple pharmacies. There's the one my mother owns, and then the one my uncle owns, and a Walgreens. And nothing against big corporate pharmacies, but they don't necessarily look out for the patients as much as we do. We have a lot of people who live in much more rural areas, and they rely on us to be able to help them with their medications because they have things going on in their life that they don't have time to think about these things. And in all honesty, a smaller independent pharmacy thinks more about the individual patient than, say, a big corporate pharmacy might think about the individuals. So we're always looking out for the individuals and thinking about how we can help them more and make their medications more affordable and take care of them in the best way possible, and less about how much we can make in a day. So in that way, we're quite similar to a cooperative, actually, because we think about the individuals and how much we need to take care of them and giving back to the community, less so about the big profit margins that we could potentially make. I think Youth Tour really hammered it in for me that I might want to actually move back to my community and help and do things instead of moving off, which had originally been my plan. But Youth Tour and several other things that have happened in my life had shown me that I really do have a home in my community, and that I won't find the camaraderie and the caringness that all these people in my community have if I go to, say, a bigger city. I have so many people that care about me and that want to help me succeed in life if I stay in my own community. And Youth Tour really showed me that, especially with the properties of cooperative, how much they take care of their community. So it really pushed me to want to stay in Metropolis and to help my community and to do what I can to help my community be the best that it can be. Youth Tour also showed me a much more interest in politics and things like that than I'd ever taken before. This was my first election I got to vote in, and this past year, and instead of just reading whatever I saw on TV or whatever my parents thought, or voting who they thought or whatever, I truly actually looked into the candidates, and I looked into what each individual candidate's beliefs were and what they're going to do on certain issues that I hold to be important issues that I think were things that need to be addressed. So I really took a much deeper interest in politics, I think, than I ever had before, especially since I was voting, but also after seeing DC previously and seeing how these things work and how much they actually can impact me as an individual in this country. I realized that I really need to be involved with it, that I needed to have as much information as I could to be able to make an informed decision whenever I went to that polling booth. Also, because of COVID, I sadly wasn't able to, but I did sign up to be a polling official for our primary elections. Sadly, I was not able to because of reasons with COVID and things that had gone on in my house and having to keep my family safe and well. But I do hope sometime soon in the future to be able to register to be a polling official again. I think it would be very interesting to watch the entire process and to be there while the votes get counted and taken and everything, and make sure it all goes smoothly. I think that would be an amazing thing to get to do, so I hope to have that opportunity again. And I'm very thankful that Youth Tour opened my eyes and made me realize how important it was to be an informed voter, especially with how ridiculous and crazy politics can get, you need to be a very informed and intelligent voter. You can't just go into the polling booth and check off, oh, well, I've heard so-and-so's name more on the news lately, so I'm going to pick them. You need to be an informed voter and make the right choices, because the choices that these people you elect can greatly impact you and your country, and the decisions these people make are for you, so they need to represent your views and values quite honestly, or else you don't have the things that you want to be happening, and it could be very detrimental to you. And youth tour really opened my eyes up to that. I think this scholarship would help me a great deal. My mom does own a pharmacy, my dad does have a job, but I also have a little sister that has to go to school eventually. Currently she's looking at law school, so law school and pharmacy school can be quite expensive. I think the scholarship would be very beneficial for me, because it wouldn't be going towards someone who wants to move away and to not be a part of small rural areas. I plan to go back into my community and to help out my rural community as much as I can. So this money would be going towards someone and would be reinvesting in a small rural community, which is the whole point of cooperatives, is to invest in rural communities. And in giving me this scholarship and me receiving this scholarship, it would be an investment back into small rural communities. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity to have this scholarship, and I am very thankful for the opportunity of Youth Tour and the opportunities they gave me. Thank you very much.